married or you do live in a civil partnership and or you also do have children that you do want to name in your income tax declaration, then this video is for you and shows you exactly how you can do that with Accountable in the income tax declaration. First of all, you navigate to the taxes page and then to the relevant year where you do want to file your income tax return. In this case, it's 2025, and then you click on income tax submission. First of all, in the first step, where it's about your personal details, you need to specify if you do want to file the income tax return only for yourself or for you and your spouse as a joint assessment. So this is the place where you do specify that. If you're living in a heterosexual relationship, the male partner should always be listed as person A. So you just specify you're the first person if you're the male, or if you're the female, then you say, my spouse is the first person. If you're living in a homosexual relationship, then you need to determine the person A and person B according to the alphabet. So if the first letter in the name of your partner, for example, is A, then this person is going to be the first person in the declaration. Then for sure you need to specify your marital status and also since when, if you're living in a civil partnership or if you're married. If you do have children under 25, you need to specify this here. In general, if you decide to do a joint declaration, normally there are dedicated tabs for you and also your spouse. Sometimes the information we do ask about your spouse is on the same page. Just look out for the wording details of your spouse or something like that. For example, here, the first tab is going to be about your own details and your address and so on. And then there is a dedicated tab for your spouse's details and address. When it comes to income, we do ask what types of income apply to you, in addition to your self-employment, and also which types of income apply to your spouse. Just select it here, and then there will be dedicated tabs for each of it. This is for the employment of yourself, and this is for your spouse's employment. Same applies to substitute income. One for you, one for your spouse's substitute income. When it comes to health insurance, for example, there is no dedicated tab for you and also your spouse. There's only one tab where you do specify the costs you had around health insurance. And then when you scroll down, there's a part for your spouse's health insurance. If you specify that you do have children, this step will show up. First, you need to specify the name of your child, and then in the next step, we'll ask you for more information about your child. First name, last name, birth date, tax ID, and your personal relationship to that child. It could also be that it is a foster child or a step or grandchild that you do want to name here, so please select this first. And then you need to specify if the child lived with you the entire year. It could be that your child moved from your place to the place of the other parent. So if this wasn't the case and the child lived with you the entire year, you can just select yes. If you have a shared model when it comes to your children, so that your children spend 50% of the time with the other parent and 50% of the time with you, then you can still select yes here because this child lived with you the entire year, even if it's not registered at your home. If you've selected a joint declaration, then you also need to determine if this person that you're filing the income tax return with is also the other parent or not. If it's another person, then you need to enter the details of this person also here. If you're a single parent, then you can claim different benefits in your income tax return. If that's the case, you can simply select this here and then specify the time the child lived with you during that period and also the child's benefit you received during that period, which is the Kindergeld. Then the next part is about Kindergeld. So it could also be that you don't need to name it here. So we ask for it again. You need to specify how much Kindergeld you received, so the family benefits, and you should always enter the whole amount here. Then we get to the expenses regarding your child. If you've paid health insurance contributions for this child, you can just simply select yes here and specify the amount you paid for the child throughout the entire year. The same is here for childcare expenses. So let's say you've had costs for nursery, preschool, after-school care, or whatever. You can simply select yes here, select the type of childcare, Tagesmutter, for example, daycare, a Hort, or whatever. Then there are optional fields where you can enter the name of the provider and the address. but what is always required is the information from when until when you paid these contributions, and also the total amount paid. Some people may get tax-free refunds from their employer, so then here the amount that you really paid yourself without any refunds needs to be specified here. If you did not receive any tax-free refunds, then simply input the same amounts here and here. If you've also had additional costs, then just click here, add another childcare cost. That's absolutely no problem. Sometimes you do have different types of childcare costs. If you paid school fees for your child, for a private school or an independent school, then you can also deduct this here by selecting yes. Please note this is excluding fees for accommodation and meals. This is really only about the school fees you pay. So the admin fee, I would say, and here you specify the name of the school and also the total amount paid throughout the whole year. Then we get to the child allowances or an alimony payments. If you do want to find out more, click on this helper. So if you paid at least 75% of the child's support in 2025 or in the year you're filing your tax return with, and the other parent did not, or the other parent was simply not required to pay child support, whatever, you can apply for getting the whole allowance for your child, because normally it's split it into two parts, so 50% for you, 50% for the other parent. But in this case, for example, you could apply for the whole amount, and then you just click on yes, and then you select the option that applies to you. As I just said, you can just click on the helper to get more information and ask the iTax advisor, or you can simply reach out to us if you're unsure about what to select here. Yeah, and that normally should be it. If you do have any questions about this, just let us know. As I said, the iTax advisor can for sure support you with your questions. And if it gets to its limits, we can support as tax coaches. We also do have content about the Annex Children or how to claim child costs. And best of luck for your income tax return.